Welcome to Carolina Cooking. I'm your host, Tom Zelenka, a greenhorn gourmet, some would say, and I'm getting to learn from the best chefs all around the Carolinas. And today, I'm making a fish recipe that they say is almost impossible to mess up. Well, they haven't met me yet, almost. I think I could mess it up. We'll see. We get 30 minutes or less to do it. Keep watching. If I can do it, you can too.
The worst cook on TV. And the best chefs in the Carolinas.
Not to worry, we're trained professionals.
If you can learn a lot from your mistakes, you'll learn the most from Carolina Cooking.
And a shrimp.
If Tom can do it,
Looks delicious.
so can you.
Now that's Carolina Cooking. Wow, this is incredible. Joining us here in the kitchen in the Hadco showroom is a fantastic chef from Lake Norman, North Carolina, Chef Rick Reganey from Familia, to teach us the nearly impossible fish recipe.
Screw up.
Nearly impossible to mess up, huh? Because you put it in the paper?
You put it in the paper, which keeps it almost acts like a steam pocket.
Okay.
So we're gonna make some mahi mahi with a caper anchovy butter.
The mahi mahi, this is the piece of fish
Yeah,
here.
sure, it's filet.
Okay.
And then we're gonna make a grape tomato relish with a little balsamic vinegar, garlic, and mint. And make some creamy mascarpone polenta and some garlicky spinach.
What's the fancy name for this dish?
It's mahi in cartoccio.
In Cartoccio, which means little feet in Italian.
No, which means in paper.
Or in paper.
But the paper acts as a pocket and it gets the fish steams when you bake it in the oven. It makes it nearly impossible to overcook.
Well, where do we begin? Do we begin preparing the fish?
First thing we want to do is we want to start the polenta off.
If you'll grab this for me and
Yeah,
just
let me get
set it
this out of
over
your
there.
way.
So start with the polenta.
So let's put those two as 1 cup of chicken stock.
All right.
And 1 cup of whole milk.
And how high do I need the heat?
About a medium heat.
Medium heat?
You could welcome to use skim milk. It doesn't really matter. Any milk will do.
All right, and this would be polenta up front?
Yep, that'd be polenta.
All right.
Just ground corn.
Where does polenta? Oh, ground corn.
Yep.
Okay. Chicken stock?
Chicken stock. Yep, a cup and a quarter.
All right.
And a cup of milk. We'll get that on a medium heat and let that come to a simmer. Medium high, maybe.
All righty,
All right.
turn it up just a little bit there.
And then the next thing we want to
Leave it.
Yep,
Okay.
leave that alone. And next
All
thing
right.
we're going to come over to the food processor. We're going to make the anchovy caper butter.
Anchovy caper butter.
So go ahead and dump all that butter in there.
These would be the anchovies.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about this.
Yeah.
A lot of I think anchovies get
People
a bad
get scared of
name.
anchovies, but when you blend them or puree them or chop them up real small in something, they add tremendous flavor.
But can you eat them raw?
They're not raw; they are cooked. They are cooked. But tasting them on their own and tasting them within something is a completely different thing. Can't make that face. We're about to eat it.
No, these are great. It's just
Give it.
it's just a little salty.
Yeah, so that's why we don't really add much salt to this.
It's like I just drank the ocean.
Put about 8 of these in there.
Okay.
Just about 8. Count them out.
That's nice.
We're not going to add any salt to this.
And people actually eat these raw.
They're not raw, they're plain, you mean?
Yeah, they're
yeah.
just straight out of the can.
Well, when we eat them on salad or something, we rinse them off, but I want the salt content in them.
Okay.
That's fine. I'm going to add all those capers.
Where'd capers come from?
Capers are a berry.
Mm-hmm.
They
From
grow
the
on a
caper
vine.
berry
They
tree?
grow on a vine. They
Okay.
grow on a vine.
I saw nearly stumped you there, didn't I?
You got me
Didn't
on
I?
that one.
Stumped the
They're
chef.
similar to an olive.
Okay.
Okay, you're going to put a pinch of black pepper.
All right.
No salt, because you obviously know there's tons of salt.
Yeah, there may be just a little in
more
there
black
already.
pepper. You want to be pretty generous with black
Okay.
pepper. A half a lemon, remember how, and then you want to squeeze it over your hand, between your fingers.
Okay.
Between your fingers, use your fingers as a strainer.
Ah, to catch the seeds.
Yes, sir.
Look,
that?
that is a great tip. You know, we're gonna have tips like these in our cookbook that's coming
Yeah?
out. Yeah,
Excellent,
how you
excellent.
can do the lemon here like this.
Excellent. Yeah, that's good. It's a good way to do it.
Okay, and then these
Okay.
just
throw them away. Yeah,
get
throw
rid
them
of.
away. Get rid of them. Get your rag, let your hand off.
Oh,
and
it's
put that
all
in.
right.
Turn that on high.
On.
Yep. We'll let that blend until it's a smooth consistency.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is making the butter that we're gonna put where? Where do we put this
We're gonna
butter?
put this inside the paper with the fish.
Okay, just
So we'll
leave
leave
that
that
going.
on for a minute. We'll come over here.
Now, how do we know if we have good fish or not?
Well, for one thing, it shouldn't be slimy in any way.
Okay, no
It
slimy.
should have no fishy smell to it
All right, no
Okay.
fishy smell.
at all.
Oh yeah.
Okay. We're gonna just pick one fillet. This
Okay.
side.
That
Well,
one.
yeah.
Is it okay to put fish on a wooden cutting board?
Fish is completely okay to do that.
All
with.
right, just what don't you?
Just
Chicken?
you don't want to do raw chicken or raw beef.
Okay.
You can put a little pepper on there.
Just sprinkle over top?
Yep. And a little salt. A little bit of salt, though, not a lot, but you do want something to absorb into the fish. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this butter off.
Sure, sure.
About a minute should blend. Okay. And then we're gonna take this off.
And I need a piece of paper, correct?
Yep. Get that piece of paper. Let's put it right here in front of us.
All righty.
Okay.
Hey, this is like at your restaurant. You have paper on your tables, right?
Yes, sir. We have a.
So everybody can draw.
Yeah, so kids
leave
can
a little
draw.
notes.
Yep. We're a big family restaurant. semi-fine dine, but we also cater to, you know, families. Parties
And how'd
of
you
any
come up
size.
with the name, by the way?
Well, a lot of my family work with me, and you know, I have all pictures of my family going back 3 great-grandfathers hanging all over the walls and everything. You know, I'm Italian, so I got a really huge family. So I thought Me and Famiglia, and our slogan is join the family. So it's Me and Famiglia Restaurant and Catering.
Nice.
Join the family. Okay, you're gonna put that down right on the butter?
Just on top?
Yep. And then you're gonna go ahead and put another scoop on top of that.
Another scoop on.
A little less.
All
A
right.
lot less. About half of that. Okay, put that right on top. And that's
Is that
it.
good?
Yep, that's
Sure.
it. That's good. That's
Okay.
good. Okay, now this is the trick.
All
I'm
right.
gonna show you. You're gonna fold it up. You're gonna grab it in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Crimp it over 3 times. All right, and you're gonna fold the ends over and crimp it together.
And this makes a little packet.
A little
that
pocket. A little
steam
pocket.
can't
If
get out.
you were intimidated by it, you're scared it's gonna open up, you can always put a staple in either end.
Oh.
But it's
Okay,
fine.
but not through the fish.
No, not
See, because that would be that. You said it was almost impossible to mess up.
That would screw
but
it
it's-
up.
See, I
We're
know
gonna
I
throw
can
that
find
in
a
the
way.
oven. Throw that in the oven.
Oh,
I'll get
sure,
the dough for you.
absolutely. Thank you very much. And how long does it stay in the oven? What's the temperature?
On a piece of fish, I think about 12 minutes.
12 minutes.
It's gonna be anywhere between 12 to 15 minutes based on the thickness of the fish.
All right, and this right here has
Okay.
been simmering a little bit.
Okay, so we're gonna bring it up to turn it up a little bit.
All right.
And go ahead and pour our polenta in there,
All righty.
and that's gonna take about 6 to 8 minutes.
When we come back, we'll be finishing up our polenta and obviously checking on our fish in the oven when Carolina cooking continues. And so this absorbs up
Yeah,
the
it'll
cream.
absorb and it'll soak it all up.
You can find the secret recipes of the best chefs in the Carolinas, all in one book, the Carolina Cooking Cookbook. Find the Carolina Cooking Cookbook in Amazon.com and our website, carolinacooking.tv.
Welcome back to Carolina Cooking. I'm here with a fantastic chef and teacher, Rick Reganey from Mia Famiglia in Lake Norman, North Carolina, making Lake Norman proud. And we have our fish in the oven, and it's still got to cook a little bit. Still have to finish up the polenta, but we're making some tomatoes. We're just going to be cutting up little. What kind of tomatoes are these?
It's grape tomatoes. We're gonna make a balsamic grape relish to go on top of the fish when it's all done.
Oh, fancy.
So we're gonna cut these in half.
Okay, and just that's
Yeah,
it.
widthwise is fine. I
Alrighty.
got a bunch there done for you.
Yep.
So let's do a few. You just cut them in half. You can do length, widthwise, whatever you prefer. It doesn't
In
matter.
any way, if I
Any
want,
way
could
you
I
want.
do some half and half?
Diagonal if you
All right,
want.
there's one lengthwise, and now I'm going to do one diagonally.
That's good.
I'm just
Shape-
mixing
shape
it up.
We call it shape contrast.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, see, because
You knew
you
that,
know,
you knew
I like
that,
to
I
do
knew.
something a little special.
you knew that.
You know, for the folks at
Yeah.
home. Exactly.
Excellent. All right,
Is this
so-
enough?
Yep, that's good.
And with
Sure
these
is.
over here?
Yep. and
Okay.
We're just gonna.
Now we're going to set these aside. We're not going to cook these just yet. We're going to set those up there. We still have to finish up
should
our
put it
polenta,
as a-
which got a little thick as we were
Yeah.
working there. If you want to follow the directions at home, we'll have the entire recipe on the website, and that won't lead you astray. Ours got a little thick.
Yeah, and if it
there.
gets a little thick, you can just add a little water to it. There's no
that's
harm
good.
if a little milk or a little more cream, whatever you want. Just a little liquid of some kind.
Good to know.
You want to dump all that mascarpone cheese in there?
Mascarpone,
You want to dump all this Romano cheese?
Romano cheese. All of it?
Yep. You want
Alright.
to dump a pinch of white pepper?
White pepper, just a pinch,
Yep, and a little pinch of salt.
and one little pinch of salt.
Yeah, because the Romano
And
cheese is
stir
salty.
like I'm doing here?
Yep, whip it all together.
Alrighty. Do I need it to still stay on the heat, or?
Yeah, wire until the cheese melts, and then we're just going to set it aside. It's ready to go.
Okay. Alrighty.
Alright, so
And
that's
this is a meal I can have at your restaurant, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All these things here is just as is. We have a multitude of sides, but these is just two. I just picked 2 sides to go with. These are 2 most popular.
Now, is it a big place there?
Yeah, we have 270 seats. We just added a 50-seat outdoor seating area, patio. We have two levels, 2 floors, 2 private dining rooms.
Private dining room. So
Do
if I wanted to bring a whole
weddings,
bunch of
board
friends,
meetings.
or
Yeah.
if I wanted to get married there, I could
Yep,
get married
absolutely,
there.
Yep. Yeah,
That's
we
nice.
can arrange everything. We do big outdoor weddings. You know, we do everything start to finish. And
All
that's good.
melted up there, chef. Good.
Yep, that's good.
All
You
right.
can set that aside.
Set aside.
And we'll bring that other pan back here.
Alrighty.
Okay. You're gonna put some olive oil.
Olive
A
oil
little olive oil.
and just
All
a
right.
touch there.
All right.
Okay.
Gonna go ahead and dump those tomatoes in there. The pan's
Tomatoes.
You want the pan real hot. It's almost
Yep.
smoking. You can see.
All right.
Be careful. All right. Watch yourself.
Yeah.
Add a little bit of garlic.
Okay. Just a pinch.
Yeah, a little
marble
Yep,
size.
that's about right.
Alrighty.
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. Regular pepper.
Yep. Black pepper.
Alrighty. Whew.
Yeah. 2 basil leaves and 2 mint leaves.
This is mint?
Yep, leave it in whole.
Okay.
2 basil, 2 mint.
This is basil. All right.
Shake that around, get
No
that good tough.
chiffonade?
No chiffonade. You want to be able to take them out afterwards.
Okay.
Okay. And you want to take your vinegar. Pour a little vinegar in there.
This is balsamic
vinegar.
All right, how much?
A couple tablespoons. There you go. That's
One,
good. I'll give it a good shake.
All right. Yeah, that
Catch
smells
fire,
incredible.
a little bigger. Yep.
It's very strong.
That's the vinegar. You gotta watch that. So let that cook.
I see why you're standing back all the way over there.
Let that cook down for
he's
about,
learned.
about
He's
30 seconds. And you can see the vinegar's getting nice and thick.
Yeah, that
Let
looks
that cook
good.
for another 20 seconds.
Okay.
And that's ready to go.
Let it bubble down. All right, well, I'm going to take a moment and talk with Aris Ragazeas when we come back, and then we'll be ready to pull the fish out of the oven when Carolina Cooking continues.
Wow. That up.
That really smells good.
It's good, right? See the mint? Smell the mint?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
2 leaves and all that comes out. The chiffonade, it gets all like...
You can find the secret recipes of the best chefs in the Carolinas, all in one book, the Carolina Cooking Cookbook. Find the Carolina Cooking Cookbook in Amazon.com and our website, carolinacooking.tv.
Welcome back to Carolina Cooking. I'm here with our wine expert, Aris Ragazeas. And Aris, what have you picked with our Mahi Mahi?
One of my favorite food wines in the world, a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc.
Wow, I feel impressed.
This
Your
is from-
favorite in the world.
What's it? One of my favorites. Yeah.
Sorry.
I have lots of favorites.
Okay.
This is from the Nobilo winery, and this is from a region called Marlborough. And New Zealand, and in particular the Marlborough region, have become world famous for Sauvignon Blanc. Very dry, very crisp, very fragrant, aromatic wines.
Is the region very dry, very crisp, very aromatic?
Well, in a way, it's very, very cold.
Okay.
Very wet, but cold. And cold climate grapes generally yield wines of very high acidity. So these wines are very crisp, very, very dry, very pungent in a way.
Wow, you just instantly get fruit in there.
That's
Just
very, very, very generous.
Wow, very fragrant. Wow.
The aromas of, they say gooseberry. No, most people haven't smelled gooseberries, but that is the
can't say
aroma.
I ever have.
But there's all sorts of citrus flavors in here as well. The citrus flavors go along with that high acidity too.
Wow. Wow, that's an interesting just concoction there when it hits your mouth.
It's so complex.
It's
When you put it with the food, they blend and create something new. It's
Okay.
just going to be wonderful with the food.
okay. Well, I mean, you know, you're hit with that aroma when you first take, and then it's just the same in the glass. You're almost overwhelmed by flavors. Well, not overwhelmed, but it's just there's just a ton of them in there, which is.
But it's not
great.
heavy either.
No, not at all.
It goes down light, it goes down easy, but just leaves so much flavor in the mouth.
I think this is going to go great with our fish, and I'll get back to that when Carolina Cooking continues.
You can find the secret recipes of the best chefs in the Carolinas, all in one book, the Carolina Cooking Cookbook. Find the Carolina Cooking Cookbook in Amazon.com and our website, carolinacooking.tv.
Hi, welcome back to Carolina Cooking. I'm here with Chef Rick Reganey from Famiglia in Lake Norman, North Carolina, and we're just, hanging out, waiting for our fish to finally finish up in the oven there. So we thought, because we had a little extra time and we went through it so incredibly quickly, so fast in fact, that I don't even remember how we did it, that we'd show you again how we put the fish in the parchment paper and folded it all up so that you could do it there at home. So first, what do we need to do? We need to put the butter.
Yeah, we started with the butter.
Our anchovy.
Yep, it's anchovy caper butter. And we're going to put half the amount we put on top of the fish that we put under the fish.
Okay,
So
and why are we using parchment paper?
Parchment paper is it doesn't burn. It's treated with a wax. So you could leave it in the oven for 2 days and it would only turn black. It would never ignite on fire.
Ever?
Ever.
Even if I tried really hard, it would never ever.
Well, if you put it over an open flame, it would. But in the oven, it would.
Okay, and so and it's different from wax paper. It's different from just normal paper.
Yeah, wax paper is coated in wax. Parchment paper has been treated with wax.
Okay, and parchment paper you just pick up at the store?
Yep, you pick it up at the grocery store.
Okay, right there.
If the grocery store doesn't sell it, you can go to the bakery department of the grocery store and ask them if you can have some from them.
Okay, so we have some butter
on the
down here
bottom,
that we
about a
slather
tablespoon
out.
on the bottom.
And we need to put fish on there, right?
Yep, we're going to take our fish.
Okay.
You grab it.
Alrighty, I'll get mine here.
Okay.
Put it right there in the center.
Put a little salt and pepper on each.
A little salt and pepper.
So a little salt because the anchovies had a lot of salt
They
content.
had a lot of salt content.
Okay. If you're sensitive to salt, you can rinse the anchovies before you put them in the butter and that'll cut back on the salt if you're watching your salt intake.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You're gonna put a little more, about a tablespoon and a half, 2 tablespoons on top.
Twice as much as we put on the bottom. All right.
A lot of butter. Butter gives the food
Why do we
the
do
flavor.
that? Why do we put half as much on the bottom and twice as much on the top?
Because we wanted to spread out and actually work its way into the fish. The butter on the bottom is mainly to keep the fish from sticking and to help, as a catalyst to cook the fish from underneath.
Okay.
Okay, so then we're gonna take it and we're gonna match it up like a Christmas package. Match it up to the top exactly. Okay. Move this out of the way.
Right like
And
that.
then then we're gonna fold it over a 1/2 inch. And then we're just gonna do that. Yep, and crimp it good. Get a nice good seal. And then we're gonna flip it 2 more times.
2 more times.
Okay.
One.
Get it flat.
And it's okay if it kind of squashes the butter in there?
Yep, that's fine. Butter's gonna melt anyways.
All right.
We're gonna let it flat. And then we're gonna fold it like a Christmas package. Making a couple points. Turn the end into 2 points. Oops. It's beautiful.
Alrighty. And then make the little points. Like if you were making a paper airplane or the Christmas package.
Yep.
And then fold it how many?
And then just crimp it in 2 times, 2 or 3 times, whatever you can. Okay. And if you're having trouble getting it, you're worried about it's going to open up, just staple it. You got a stapler in the kitchen.
Oh, that's where I always, I don't know about you, I always keep my stapler in the kitchen for paperwork and also just in case I happen to be making fish in parchment paper. Yeah, I guess you run your kitchen a little just like I do, right?
Everybody's got a drunk drawer in their house with a stapler in it.
That is true. We do have a junk drawer.
Paper clips would be fine, whatever.
Okay, all right.
Okay, and then we just throw those on the sheet tray.
Yep. Now we're going to make these up for the crew because the crew looked especially hungry and they had kind of a mean look in their eye too. So we're going to put these in the oven for the crew. And is this one done?
Yeah, we're going to pull this one out. That's all ready.
Look at that. Man. Wow, that looks incredible. So we're going to let that one just kind
let
of
it rest for a few minutes.
All right, so what do we have left to do on our recipe here?
We got to do our spinach.
Okay.
So come over here, got that pan right there. That I already put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in.
Okay.
All right, you're going to add about a teaspoon of garlic.
A teaspoon, 1 teaspoon of garlic.
Pinball size lump of garlic.
Okay. And then we're going to add spinach to this?
Yeah, we're going to add a little salt and pepper to the oil.
Okay. And what kind of spinach is that?
It's best to add salt and pepper to it. It's just flat leaf spinach. Okay. It's just, you can use baby spinach, you could use regular standard spinach.
Okay. And I cut you off. It's best to use salt and pepper when?
It's best to put it in the oil because it's actually called seasoning the oil, where the oil will actually extract flavor from the pepper. If you use red crushed pepper even more so, it would make it even hotter than if you sprinkled it on. The heating of the spices actually brings more flavor out of them.
Okay. All right.
So as soon as that gets a little sizzle to it.
Yeah.
You don't want to add any other liquid of any kind. People make that mistake a lot because spinach has a lot of moisture. It's a leafy green, so it has a ton of moisture in it. So if you were to add liquid, you'd end up with a runny plate.
Okay.
So you just want to put it in there dry, and as it gets cooking, its own moisture will come out and it'll cook in its own juices.
Now we're getting a little sizzle.
A little sizzle. That's what you want to do. You can throw it right in there. Throw that all in there, and we're just going to work that around. Mix it around, get the good coating of the oil and the garlic on the spinach. And within 60 seconds, that'll wilt. And basically, that's all you're doing is wilting the spinach. Not, you just get into it. It's softened and turns to a nice dark green color. If you cook it too much, it'll turn brown and it'll get a little pasty. It's no good.
No, and that wouldn't be good.
All right.
All right. So we can just let that wilt.
Let that wilt a minute. You come over here.
It's starting to smell really good.
Yeah,
it's really incredible.
I like to call garlic Italian MSG.
Italian MSG.
gives it anything you put it in gives it more flavor.
Alrighty, and when you're doing the fish, you can put whatever fish you want in there. You can do red snapper,
any fillet fish. You don't really want to do a steak fish like tuna or swordfish because that's like a fish you want to cook more to a temperature. But any fillet fish like catfish, salmon, halibut. I mean, anything you can think of that's a fillet.
Okay.
Will just work
you
just
said
fine.
Catfish.
Yeah.
Really?
Really, anything at all. Any fillet fish with cod, flounder, tilapia, anything you want. You can think of, you can put it in there.
Okay.
All right. So
we're gonna let that wilt just a second. We're gonna grab our plate here.
Our plate.
And
can you grab the polenta?
I need this.
You put that there. Yep. And you grab the polenta. Next.
Reach in, getting the polenta. Polenta goes down first.
Yep. I put it right here on the side of the plate.
Right on the
perfect.
side.
It's plenty.
All right.
A little more if you want.
Plenty. No.
How hungry you are.
All right.
And grab our spinach.
Spinach.
Yep, that's perfect.
Alrighty. Just put that down there.
Yep. A little more on top and it'll help.
Sure. A little more.
That's good.
All right.
And you want to grab this. What do you want to do before you take it off of here? Make it easy. You get those scissors.
Scissors.
How
about a knife?
A little knife.
Uh-huh.
And we're gonna put a little slit in it right there, and right there. Perfect. And then we're just gonna. I'm gonna actually just. With scissors works best. You can just cut it right off. But
Okay.
You just want to cut off the part you folded.
See, we don't have a junk drawer here in
See?
our kitchen,
You need a
and so
right
we didn't
here.
have the scissors or the stapler.
See? So.
All right.
All right. We'll open that up,
Okay.
and then you just want to put that
Throw
right
it on the plate.
Put that right on your plate.
Right like that?
Yeah, you can put it right off to the side like that.
Okay, so everybody
Okay,
can
and then
see.
you just want to ladle on, spoon on those tomatoes right into that.
All right. Oh, that looks incredible.
Smells great, doesn't it?
And I try not to get the leaves.
No, the leaves you can just pull them out of there. They serve their purpose. We got the essence out of them, the flavor out of them.
This
and
looks
that's it.
good. What else goes on
Now I
top?
just want to garnish it. Put a little Romano cheese over the veggies and everything, and a little parsley.
Parmesan. Oh, grab a fork. This looks good. If you want to find out more about our recipe, our wine, our chef, or his restaurant, visit our website at www.carolinacooking.tv. Oh, this is incredible. Folks, that's Carolina cooking. Wow.
Go to carolinacooking.tv for the recipes featured on this show. Plus, on carolinacooking.tv, you'll find more information on the wine, chefs, and foods of Carolina cooking. That's carolinacooking.tv.